It's been a while since we passed 2,000 subscribers, but we did, and that's really cool. I'm just glad anybody watches these videos. Goodness gracious. Most of the time, it's just me rambling into a camera about whatever I've been thinking about that week. So I'm glad it's actually helped some of you. Thank God. Now, most of you who have kept in touch with me or are vaguely aware of what we've been up to, I have been church planting. That's been my main mission, and really it still is. We've had, 2 Sunday services now, and then a dedication consecration service. So three total services so far, and we haven't had an empty house yet, which is awesome. Thank God. I know there will be plenty of Sundays probably where nobody's here. That's part of the planting process. I'm just glad that anyone has showed up, and I'm glad that God seems to be working in this ministry. I'm certain he is. So please pray for St. Martin's Lutheran Mission. If you want to keep up with that, we have our own YouTube channel. I will link that in the description. That's been the focus, is church planting, building that website, getting the chapel ready, preparing for the divine service, all of that. That's been the priority. But because I've put so much energy into that, it makes me want to take this side of my various work more seriously. Because again, I joke as if all this is me rambling into a camera. It is more than that. I really love this ministry. And in a lot of ways, this ministry kind of got me moving towards my ordination and pastoral ministry. So I really value and love the work that not just I do here, but I love the work that we do. I love the work that all the people in the Discord server do. I love the people who interact in the comments and help each other out. This whole thing is just super cool, and I love it to death. So I have no intention of abandoning it for the church plant. I think these things are intertwined in such a way that I want to dedicate more time, more energy to both of them. So with that, I will keep rambling to the camera, but I want to add some structure, move into a new chapter, I suppose, with this channel. So with that, I guess this is kind of an announcement, but also just an update. What I want to do is introduce something of a series to this channel that was suggested to me. I can't remember who suggested it, maybe multiple people, but within the Discord server, a series of videos where basically we just go through the Bible and we work through passages that people often misunderstand or that often give people anxiety. I think this is a really important venture because, one, it gives a good opportunity to teach the right distinction between law and gospel, which a lot of people confuse, and that causes people to have a lot of problems and concerns with how they approach the scriptures because they read what is law and interpret it as gospel, and then they think they have to work their way into heaven, or they read something that's gospel as law, whatever the opposite is of what I just said, and they think as if, well, they don't have to do anything, there's no need for any sort of obedience, and they fall into antinomianism. So a good opportunity to teach law-gospel distinction, but also just to make people better at reading the Bible generally, and to work through things that are probably unnecessarily causing fear. So I think I'm just going to call this Scary Scripture. I might change it, but I kind of like that, where basically I will just pick a chapter, a verse, maybe a whole book if necessary, and we'll just work through it, and we'll talk through it. We'll address the specific anxieties that people have because of these passages in these books, and we'll just work to better understand them. Hopefully, again, we'll become better exegetes of Scripture, and we'll become better at distinguishing law and gospel to understand what the right uses of the law are and the role of the gospel, so that we stop trying to work our way into heaven, or we stop thinking that we have no need of being good people or being obedient in any way. So I'm hopeful that this will be not only good for me as a teacher to give these opportunities to work through these things and become a more competent teacher of these things, but obviously that you on the other side of the camera would benefit, maybe find some reprieve from certain scriptures that you are misunderstanding and then causing yourself a whole bunch of unnecessary angst. So that's my hope. So I don't know when the first one will be. I haven't even picked what the first reading is, but I've been waffling about this series for a little while now, and I think it's worth doing, and I think it'll give some more structure to this channel. That doesn't mean more frequent uploads, but maybe more planned uploads, let's say. And in addition to that, because I know some of you want it, there will be a new office tour soon too. But we'll go beyond the office. I will walk through my various bookshelves outside of my office because all of my books didn't fit in here. But additionally, I will also walk you guys through our chapel where we do our divine services, which is indeed attached to my house. For now, hopefully we graduate out of that fairly quickly. But we will walk through all of that. So with that, as always, if you have questions, you need me for anything, please do reach out. I appreciate those of you who are patient with me. As you can imagine, I'm insanely busy, so it does get hard sometimes to respond quickly, but I do try. I promise I try. So please do continue reaching out should you need anything. You all have my prayers, and I'm looking very forward to talking with you quite soon. God's peace.